violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
JZ breaking news.
And breaking at 7, we are following updates after a shooting near the corner of Pennsylvania Avenue and Dolphin Street. City police say they were called out just before 4:30 this afternoon and found a woman shot in the head and a man.
Damn. Woman shot in the head, a man seriously hurt. I mean, what is the community coming to? This is Baltimore. As you can see, this abandoned building here. I mean, the infrastructure in the U.S. is looking very much third world, especially in Baltimore. This is kind of par for the course in the community. Lots of caution tape and lots of bodies falling.
Shot in the chest. They were both taken to the hospital, both in serious condition. Police are investigating, but have not yet identified any suspects. If you know anything that can help, call Crime Stoppers at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP.
Yo, what's good, BGZM News 17 family? I'm at the corner of Jesse Jackson and Marcus Garvey, and I got some bad news for you. As you can see, I lost my job. I'm out here living in cardboard boxes outside of boarded up vacant homes. YouTube said I'm done getting money out here in these streets. They even took my funky ass suit. So anything right now would help. So go ahead and hit that Cash App, hit that PayPal, hit that GoFundMe. Hell, cop the merch. Or if you want to make the long-term commitment to the Jinquavius Jackson Fund, join the Patreon so that I can continue to put out top-notch content each and every day. Also, check out the Rumble, where there is absolutely no censorship. Link in the description box below.
Hey, yo, ain't that nigga Jinquavius? Yo, I recognize.
No, that's not me no more.
Hey, yo, run your property.
Y'all tell me what they say.
Do the opposite of Antonio Brown and take all
What
your
more do you want from me?
What once was a prime spot for squeegee workers now looks a lot different. The number of squeegee workers is down right now, and it's getting the notice of both drivers and city officials as well. Police tell us, 11 News I-Team, that from January 10th to February the 27th, officers, they did issue 20 pedestrian traffic violation warnings. Then, on March the 2nd, there were just 3 related calls, and all 3 were ultimately determined to be unfounded. Joining us now from the Squeegee Collaborative, Downtown Partnership President Shalonda Stokes. Good to see you as always.
Thank you for having
The Squeegee Collaborative. Guys, I mean, the fact that you have a whole group dedicated to the Squeegee Boys is wild. And this is something that I wanted to talk about. These Squeegee Boys have really created a storm in the community. And it's even overlapped in the white community where they have gotten into conflicts with some white people. And it's ultimately ended in people losing their lives. A lot of these guys are overzealous. They overstep their boundaries. They're rude. They're disrespectful. You know, a lot of them, like I said, they're squeegee boys by night. Jack boys, or squeegee boys by day, jack boys by night. Same with the water boys in Atlanta. Water boys by day, jack boys by night. And that's kind of how these squeegee boys are moving out here.
having me, Jason. It's good to be here and good to talk about this topic.
Yeah, it seems right now, you're in the early stage, that things seem to be working. I just want to get from you, tell me the tale of what this looks like now since that last collaborative meeting.
No, thank you. What you're hearing is right, and we're feeling the data and the anecdotal reports that we're getting from people that this is going in a positive direction. You know, and everybody knows we've been dealing with this for decades. And what we feel now is this is the most comprehensive and really, by all accounts of what we're hearing, the best execution that we've had thus far. And it's coming from all sides.
Sure.
Squeegee workers, business, advocates, we are really working to get this right.
I hope I say this the right way, and correct me if I'm wrong. It seems like the enforcement end is working as it should. So now it's about the services end that has to come to follow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And the approach that we took is balanced. It has a service component to it. We know that we need to replace the income. This is really about preventing the need for squeegeeing, right? And that's at the baseline of it. So we know we have to replace it with jobs and learning and earning on that side. But to get there, we knew we needed to first lean in with the enforcement piece. And with the enforcement, as you mentioned, it's really been going well. It's been, there have been some warnings. Part of what we did in working through this process is really work with the squeegee workers so that we had outlets and pathways for them. Now that the enforcement.
So we've got outlets and pathways for the squeegee boys, aka squeegee workers. They're doing everything that they can to solve the issue because this definitely reflects poorly on the community. So I think after a while they kind of woke up to it and they're looking for ways to kind of solve this issue. But as you can see, it's not completely resolved because you still have the squeegee boys wiping people's windows down who don't want their windows to be wiped down.
The piece seems to be going well. We really have to double down on the service side of it, making sure that we have them employed, that we have opportunities. Even during CIAA, Jason, we had hired, 20 plus squeegee workers to really engage in that work. And by all accounts, even from them, that experience was great as well.
Yeah, and Shalonda, this takes a lot of faith, I think, from squeegee workers to put sort of their life in your hand and say, all right, we'll give this up, but you got to keep up with your end of the bargain. What's the response been like from them, and why is it this way?
And my thing is, their parents should be the ones who bear the bulk of the responsibility for taking care of them, not these random, I guess, community activists. I mean, it really just doesn't make sense. Where are their parents?
Why is it working, do you think?
I give a lot of credit to the Mayor's Office of African American Male Engagement. This is about relationships, and they've established, long before this, it was really working with them to create, as I mentioned, those pathways, but it was building trust.
Yeah. Right.
Because part of what they, on the one hand, you can say, oh, you just want to move me and you're not worried about me. What we know is this plan is rooted in love. And everything that we've been doing now is how we, help navigate into those areas. And the mayor's office has really been phenomenal in that work.
Something that I know you've planned for is that the chance that some folks may move to another corner. It's possible that they'll say, all right, you don't want me here, then I'll go elsewhere. How do you handle that eventuality? Because it's going to happen, I guess.
Well, I mean, part of what we know and what we didn't want was displacement into other areas. You're right. Sometimes that shift happens. But what we're doing, and we meet twice a week, and we as the mayor's office, as the police department, it's some advocates twice a week so that we can analyze the data.
And, I'm not going to lie, it really does seem like they're trying to find something for these young men to do. But, man, I mean, what's going to happen when the city can't hold up their end of the bargain and it just doesn't pencil out in the budget anymore? Where are these kids going to go?
And we're analyzing the data so that we could do those things. If it starts to creep into other areas and we experience the same traffic issues and all of the things that really allowed us to disallow those zones, then it gives us cause to sort of go into other areas. So we are evaluating the data to look at if we can expand in other areas. Do we need to shift our program? What do we need to do?
Yeah, I can tell you're a proud auntie of all this as you see this sort of come together.
And what's interesting about that, you say a proud auntie, we've come to love and know the heart, the minds, the drive of a lot of the squeegee workers. And like most of us, they're on different layers in their ecosystem. Some are ready to work immediately. Some need some development. And we've engaged and hired some who are helping us as we continue to map through this plan. because we know it's not a single fix. This is something
Sure.
that is going to take a collective action.
About 30 seconds left. For people who are out on the roads now, what will they notice differently? And then also, what do you expect for the lives of some of these young guys who've decided, all right, we'll give this a shot?
Absolutely. What they will notice differently is they will notice that the corners and the disallowed zones should not have not only squeegee workers, but shouldn't have people who are experiencing homelessness. It shouldn't have a lot of loitering. Part of what we want is we want the safety in those areas. We want to encourage people to visit BeMoreShine.org. It's a platform we created for people who still want to give and support our squeegee workers as we go throughout this process.
All right. That's Shalonda Stokes. Thank you as always. We appreciate it.
Well, you know, I have a lot of respect for her. I mean, she seems like her heart's in the right place and she's really trying to do the right thing. I just hope that they're able to continue to keep these squeegee boys off the streets because, man, I mean, when they start to fester in those areas and it starts adding up and tensions get high, it's a recipe for disaster.
Hit it.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, in school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.